I'm John Hayden. Let's queer up drag culture. Patagonia sues drag activist Pattie Gonia over trademark dispute. Stay with me because this one's worth it. Outdoor clothing brand Patagonia is suing the drag queen and environmental activist Pattie Gonia, claiming trademark infringement. Last week, the company took legal action against Pattie, whose out-of-drag name is Wynn Wiley. Patagonia, the company, says the lawsuit comes after years of attempted resolution. In a press release, they say, quote, "While we wish we didn't have to do this and actively engage with Pattie for several years to avoid this, it has become necessary to protect the brand we have spent the last 50 years building," end quote. Patagonia says that a prior agreement was broken when Pattie began selling branded apparel online in late 2024 and continued using versions of Patagonia's logo. You can't do that.
That's what you can't do.
Right,
can't do that.
The brand also says that in September of 2025, Pattie filed a trademark application seeking exclusive rights to the name, which Patagonia, the company, says could, quote, "pose long-term threats to Patagonia's brand and activism," end quote. The company is seeking $1 million and wants to block future merch sales and federal trademarks. Patagonia has not yet responded. The activist did make headlines last year, raising more than $1.1 million for environmental nonprofits during a 100-mile trek in full drag. Okay, I mean,
no small feet.
No. Hopefully she has big feet.
Yeah,
you got to walk on that. I
hated that.
This is the inevitable end, or the inevitable outcome of her choosing this name. I don't like to victim blame, but I really don't know who the victim is here.
I was so on board with everything that you were saying, and then you mentioned the logo. Like when you try to use the same logo of a major brand. Also, side story, like this stuff happens all the time, not just to like drag artists who are doing good things with their platform. Long story short, my sister has a company. Her name is Paige. There is a denim company called Paige Denim, and my sister had a very small jewelry business, Paige Jeweler, like whatever it was, Shop Paige, and that billion-dollar company came for her with lawsuits just like this, $1 million suit trying to ban future sales on anything. There wasn't a logo sharing, but it just is, why do these big companies need to come for Patagonia, who is using their platform to do good in the world? It's like, I don't understand. The $1 million that company would get from Patagonia is not going to either not going to do a buckle in their belt. You know, they're not even going to realize that they've gotten the $1 million.
You know, it's interesting when brands embrace queer activism and then they don't embrace it. You know, it's like, you know, it's like, what do you want? Do you want the exposure or you don't want the exposure? Obviously, if she's able to raise over $1 million for things that they support, because I know that they are very big into philanthropy, you know, she's just an outreach arm of their organization at that point, I would think.
Yeah, they need to, of course it says they did try to work it out before.
Right.
But they need to merge forces because they both have basically the same, at least publicly,
make
same
her the
core
mascot.
value.
Make her the mascot of the face of Patagonia. I mean, like, this is a huge marketing opportunity for both of them to make a great amount of money. Maybe bring in a queer clientele that you didn't have before. This drag queen has brought some attention to your brand. I'm not sure.
And their brand is named after a region in Argentina. So, like, who's copying who here? It's like they're copying Argentina and she's copying that. So I don't know who's more original with this one. So
I shouldn't cry for Patagonia?
Don't cry for Patagonia.
Don't cry for Patagonia. But I do, if you are watching and you are someone who wears Patagonia, I heard a rumor that there is a pair of pants that Patagonia has created that has sunscreen inside of them already.
Oh.
I am interested to find out if that is true. If anyone is watching at home, let me know. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.